give you the
respectful.
green light.
No,
Oh, as soon as you said yes, go on, I'll go and kiss her then.
Yeah, but
It's
what else am I
fine.
meant to do? I wanted
It's
to be
been
affectionate
like
with
3
Rosie.
days. It's
I
been
wanted to be.
I got down on one knee and proposed to you. I meant every single word I said.
Well, so, oh wait, so you actually want to marry me?
No.
You're going to be my girlfriend one day, right?
I think I'm going to start a petition because we need to see more of Kai and Sana. They are the cutest. I like how they're drama free. They're just concerned about getting to know one another and focusing on their relationship and connection and seeing if they will be able to make it work on the outside. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes. And I am totally surprised about Olivia and Maxwell. I really am. I didn't expect that. I really didn't expect that. And as for Claudia, she's getting on my last nerve. My last nerve. She's dancing on it, and I hope she goes home. Anyway, hey there. Thanks for stopping by. It's Valerie. Welcome back. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, Season 9, Episode 45. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos. And don't forget to subscribe. Oh my God, it's becoming a hot mess because the episode opens with Will having a conversation with Maxwell because he pulls Maxwell for a chat. He's sort of upset that Maxwell said Jessie was fake. And Maxwell is trying to explain to him why he felt some of her actions were not right, in the sense that she was crying when it came to Will, but then at the same time she was being confrontational and swearing and calling guys dickheads and stuff for no apparent reason during the movie night, and how she behaved on Casa Recoupling. And instead of Will sitting there and listening to what Max was saying, he was trying to tell her, you've only been here for 2 weeks and suddenly you're saying this. At times, people that are outside the situation see more than you in the situation because you are blinded by love. You're not able to see some of the things that everybody else is seeing. Why not sit down with everybody, ask them what's going on, hear what they have to say, and then observe for yourself to see whether it's true or not? I didn't like that. And I've lost all respect for Claudia and Sammy. I'm sorry. Because they pull Jessie as soon as she finishes her chat with Casey and sort of take her to the terrace, repeat what they've heard, and suddenly Sammy has gone from crying. She's now all about Jessie's defense league. I don't get that, and I don't like that. She should have minded her own business. And for Jessie to say, why are they involving their own 2 pence? Why are they upset that I pulled Casey? You opened this can of worms the moment you started interrogating Casey as to why he spoke to the boys. Had you minded your business, had you stayed in your corner crying and pretending to be lovey-dovey with Will, nobody would have said anything. People would just have observed you from a distance and left you alone. I said this before, Jessie has been on Love Island. She needs to mind her business and stay in her corner. Will then finishes his conversation with Maxwell and storms off because he says he's very upset with Casey. It's like, this is all broken telephone. Everybody in the village should have sat around the fire pit. They should have had a conversation about this thing and ironed out whatever differences there were. And that's it. Instead of calling one person, they say something, you call the next person. Everybody's going to say something totally different. And let's just sit them all down at the same time and find out exactly what's been said. So then Claudia and Sammy decide to be Jessie's bodyguards and approach Live by the fire pit, and all the girls gather by the fire pit. The guys gather in the kitchen. Will is still fuming in the kitchen that people are calling Jessie fake. Jessie and Will are not willing to listen to exactly what people are saying. They have their own idea of what they've heard, and this is what they're sticking to. People are saying the way she was shouting over everyone during movie night, the way she approached Casey was wrong. That was not her business. That had nothing to do with her. And if Sammy were honest, she would say Jessie was wrong, because Tom was also involved in this debacle whereby Will went and confided in Jessie, and Tom must have confided in Sammy, but Sammy didn't say anything to Casey, even though she's close to Claudia, and yet Jessie took it upon herself to go and approach Casey and try and sort of, stick up for Claudia in her own words. And so for them to say, oh, you're saying she's fake, people are pinpointing her actions. And I like the fact that Maxwell actually stood up for himself and said, you need to mention names. Don't make it seem like Olivia and I are the only people saying this. Don't make us scapegoats. Everybody else has said something about this. Everybody else has seen something. And by the fire pit, Jessie's standing there over Olivia and she's screaming, oh, what has been going on? And it's like, no, I know Olivia has her faults. Olivia has her faults, don't get me wrong. But in this point, she's right. I've said it in countless reviews that I think Jessie is playing the game way more than she's making out. And I don't think she likes Will as much as she's playing out to be, given what the islanders that have left the villa have said after they've left. And so Will might think Olivia and Maxwell are wrong, but the day that he realizes what Jess has been doing is the day he's going to cry, because I don't see this relationship lasting long term after they leave the villa. They might stay together for the financial aspect, but I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be genuine. And Olivia asked, it doesn't need everybody. And for Sammy and Claudia to be chiming in and pointing their facts, I didn't like that, because that just made it worse, because the villa is going to be divided into camps. And I hope something is done, or I hope someone exposes. Olivia's bad. Everybody knows it. But Jessie has been hiding behind fake tears. Jessie has been hiding behind other people and making snarky remarks, or making sort of certain comments that people have just forgiven her for. So I don't get why she was screaming at the boys. I remember on movie night saying, how did she go from crying to suddenly swearing at the boys and calling them dickheads and calling them all sorts of names, and suddenly she goes back to crying when it's Will's turn? That doesn't make sense, and I don't get what people don't understand. Kinnan, Kinnan is sly, because Kinnan pulls Casey for the chat and quickly tells Casey that, oh, I just wanted you to know that I really like Rosie, and she might tell you. He is trying to cause problems between Casey and Rosie, because I think he's still on his get Casey back for Claudia agenda, so that he can get Rosie for himself. I don't know why he did that, because Rosie told him she would have to have a word with Casey, and he should have waited until Casey spoke to Rosie before telling Casey, because I think that left a bad taste in Casey's mouth. So Casey then pulls Rosie aside and she says, oh, he's already told you. I was going to tell you. But anyway, this is what has happened. And I don't see him in that light. I don't have any vision of him as, a potential coupling partner or something. And so I don't know. Casey, I think, was a bit sort of irked by it. Although I think maybe he expected her to come out straight away and say, no, I don't see him in that light, or you are my priority and you're the one that I'm focusing on. But I have to say she was smart in not saying that, because Claudia put all her baskets in Casey, and then Casey was turned off and he moved on. Will then pulls Casey aside for a chat. I don't get why Will is so upset. I really don't. I don't get why he's angry at the whole villa, saying that the most horrible thing anyone can say is someone is ungenuine. Oh, he's sort of seething mad. And it takes Casey. I know Casey said she's genuine. What was he supposed to say? Yeah, that's not what he's. He didn't say she wasn't genuine. He just said he had a problem with the fact that she kept involving herself in other people's business and she didn't mind her own business. And so I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. But I have a feeling that Will is going to look like a fool after going mad to everyone in the villa, only to realize that Jessie actually played him. That's the impression that I'm getting. Casey then goes up to the terrace and meets up with Rosie. They're enjoying themselves. You can see something is not right. I think it's been too much for him. Hopefully he sleeps on it and tomorrow he wakes up in a better place. And I think he was a bit hurt that Rosie said, she doesn't see Kinnan in that light for now. So I think he's now worried that, oh my God, does this mean that she's going to leave me? Kinnan on his part is sitting with Kai and Ron is saying, at least you've told Casey, now you can crack on. It's like, crack on with what? Crack on with what? He needs to allow Rosie time to get to know Casey. She's already told him he can't force himself. And the fact that he's saying, oh, Casey's taking her to the terrace, so he's going to kiss her, that's going to put me a step behind. And it's like, you told her you liked her. She went, oh, that meant she friend zoned you. So why make it seem like she said anything else? I don't get that. So everybody gets ready for bed, and the girls, you can see it's still very tense in the dressing rooms. Olivia and Lana are speaking, and they're saying, they hope that Jessie proves them wrong, because now she knows how people think. Jessie, on the other hand, is in the dressing room telling everybody that she doesn't know why people are calling her fake. And I don't know why Sana was sort of trying to say anything. She should have just minded her business. And Will, for him to say, I thought Shaq and I were mates, but Shaq stuck up for Maxwell. And it's like, what did Shaq do? We didn't see anything. Why not repeat what Shaq did so that we know exactly what Shaq did? In my opinion, Shaq did what Tanya wanted him to do, which was mind his own business, and he didn't involve himself in this drama. He stayed with Tanya, stayed out of trouble, and was nowhere to be seen. The only thing that I saw was he was sat next to Maxwell, but we didn't hear him say anything. And so I don't get why they're suddenly bringing him into this drama. In bed, Jesse's telling Will that, now they feel like they've drawn closer because of this drama. And it's like, you don't need drama to bring you closer. You just need to get to know your partner and see how much you like each other. And that's it. Casey and Rosie are kissing in bed. And I like Sana and Kai smiling and sort of looking at them while they're making out. Claudia was in her feelings. She covered her head. But before they went to sleep, I think Keenan doesn't like Rose as much as he's making out. I think Keenan is doing that just for trouble, just to be a pot stirrer and sort of divide Casey and Rosie, because he initially spoke about helping Claudia win Casey back, because he then tells Claudia that, oh, she said she wants to pay 100% attention to Casey, but she's also open to getting to know me. That's not what she said on the terrace. She's told him that she hadn't seen him that way. And at the moment, she was getting to know Casey and she wanted to get to know Casey. I don't remember her saying anything about wanting to get to know Kenan. So I don't know how he came to that. So in the morning during the debriefing, Lana sits with Olivia and they agree that they stand by what they said yesterday and they don't understand why Sammy and Claudia brought up the fake word. And for Claudia, Sammy, and Jessie, I don't get that. Oh, we don't want there to be a divide. If you did not want a divide, you should have ask Olivia first. Olivia, are you happy for us to say this to Sammy, or do you want to say it yourself? You started the divide. All this was started by Jessie going to Casey and interfering in something that wasn't hers, and then you came with it and took it and ran with it to Jessie, and now it's divided the girls. That's all your business. Don't look to blame anyone else. Jessie then sits down with Will. Oh, I'm happy that you supported me and blah blah blah. Okay, he's your man. He's supposed to do that. But the fact that she then says, oh, I don't know what happened to Shaq. People want Shaq to get involved in their business when it's convenient for them. When it's not convenient, then he's the bad guy. He minds his own business, he's a bad guy. He interferes, he's a bad guy. Make it make sense? Choose what you want him to do and tell him, because he kept to himself. I don't think he even knew about it until the guys were in the kitchen. This is when he found out, because he wasn't there by the day beds when people were talking. Neither was he there by the fire pit. He was only there in the kitchen, and he barely said anything and kept away from trouble and stayed with Tanya, which is what Tanya wanted him to do, because she told him he needs to mind his own business. He's minding his own business. Now it's a problem. Olivia has a conversation with Jessie and they sort of discuss the issue at hand and the fact that Jessie was very upset, and Olivia tries to clear the air by saying, nobody called you fake. It's just we were worried about some of the actions that you'd been taking or some of the things you were saying because they felt ungenuine. So this is why I'm hoping you prove me wrong. And Jessie was like, oh, I don't want there to be any problems between you and me. I want you to always be honest. Okay. Let's agree, to always tell each other the truth, and I'm here for love and you're here for love, and that's what we need to focus on. And it's like, are you really? Anyway, so they make up and Shaq is busy talking to Tanya about their relationship. I like the fact that Shaq has stayed out of the drama, even though people keep bringing up his name. There's nothing there to say this is what he said. They keep bringing up his name. Oh, Shaq let me down. Shaq let me down. How did he let you down? What did he say? Anyway, Shaq is minding his business and he receives a text message to say there's going to be a party and everybody's happy. And I'm surprised they're happy because every time there's a party in the villa, somebody goes home. But hey, I think they've bonded in their sort of hatred of the idea of Rosie and Casey being a couple. Keenan wants Rosie to himself and Claudia wants Casey to herself, because they sat down, had a conversation, and Casey had confided in the guys in the morning to say that he had kissed Rosie in bed and wasn't sure whether he needed to tell Claudia. He tells Claudia, and then Claudia storms across to Casey and just starts venting at Casey. You have been disrespectful. How dare you move on from me, and you're already kissing and making out with someone. That's disrespectful. And it's like, Love Island runs for about 6 to 8 weeks. He's only got 6 to 8 weeks to make a connection with someone. He cannot sit and wait for 6 to 8 weeks grieving a relationship that he did not have that strong a connection with. And I have to give it to Casey. He owned up and told her, I told you that if anything stronger than what we have comes in, then my head is going to turn. And my head has turned because Rosie is a stronger connection than I had with you. And she kicked off. And Olivia was embarrassed. All the girls were embarrassed for her. You could see that. And then after vomiting whatever she wanted to say, she then stormed back to the girls and sat down. And I have to give it to Sammy because Sammy owned up and said, I'm the one, Casey spoke to me and I told him he didn't need to tell you because you had told me you didn't want to be in a love triangle. And so this is why I told him not to tell you. And Jessie then starts igniting the fire. And it's like, Jessie, this is why people are saying you're not genuine because you keep putting your 2 pence in where they're not needed. Mind your own business and stay in your lane. Anyway, I love Kai and Sana. They were talking about their connection and Kai was talking about the outside world. And I love how Sana said, I mean every word that I said when I proposed to you. And he was, were you serious with the proposal? And it's like, oh my God, I really like them. They're very sweet. I like how they always look out for each other and always make sure that they're okay. I wish we could get more airtime of Kai and Sana because that's something that I think a lot of viewers would want to see. Olivia and Maxwell have their conversation. Olivia and Maxwell decide to be exclusive. And I think Maxwell is the best guy for Olivia. It's a pity he didn't come in on day one because I think he's able to contain her in his own way and because he doesn't easily give in or he doesn't look like he's wavered by whatever nonsense she gets up to. This is one of the things that might attract her to him. Maya Jama comes in and she states that 4 couples are in the bottom and the 4 couples are Casey and Rosie, Claudia and Keenan, not shocking, Olivia and Maxwell and Shaq and Tanya. And I think Tanya's in the bottom with Shaq because of her behavior and how the fans were upset with them. It's then revealed that Olivia and Maxwell are leaving. And it's like, what the hell? Why are you taking out all the people with the amazing storylines? I know Olivia's been the villain. If Olivia leaves, who's going to be the villain? Who are they going to turn into a villain? Tanya, Sana, who? Anyway, once that's revealed, everybody's shocked, and then it's announced that another couple will be joining them, and so Olivia and Maxwell are the ones that are going to make the decision. I don't know whether it means everyone. I think it might be everyone that's left in the villa. I wish they would send home Claudia and Kin because they're a friendship couple. Everyone else is in a coupling with someone that they are sort of emotionally connected to. But anyway, we'll see how that plays out tonight. Thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Bye everyone.